Ladies and gents, welcome to Six Figs. I'm Kyle. In today's video, we're going to be talking at a super high level about the crypto markets, about Definity, about internet computer, and everything from the news to the charts. Hit me up on Twitter. Help me, folks. I need your help to glide across 7,000 followers. Please, for the love of God. Now, Internet Computer is building out an application for the waste management industry. And these are going to be called voluntary recycling credits. This I thought is kind of cool. And if you've heard the term carbon credits, it's where these big corporations can buy some carbon credits to offset their pollution and X amount of trees get planted or something like that. So I think that this is going to be kind of laid out very similarly to the carbon credit scheme. Now, I'm all for protecting the environment as long as you do not come at me and force me to buy these credits. And I don't want to hear it because I like driving my V8, full-blown V8, gas-guzzling SUV, folks. Do not tell me what to do. So I am all for this. I think this is a great thing that can contribute to the world, the earth, which is polluted so badly anyways. Definity drops an absolute stone cold stunner on us all, folks. Man, just when you think that the match was over, they came out and absolutely destroyed everybody. ICP Canister Smart Contract can now hold 400 gigabyte in stable memory, a 100 increase since Genesis. Wow. If you have an application that requires a lot of data storage, now you can do it in one smart contract. Before, this was at 96 gigabytes per smart contract. They basically just 4x'd it. So that is very interesting to say the least. Huge. And this is going to be really beneficial for a lot of like these social media platforms, things that store vast amounts of data. As you guys can see on the Definity dashboard, there are over 3.6 tebibytes of data, which is about 3.5 terabytes of data being stored on the internet computer right now. This would cost hundreds of millions of dollars on Ethereum, on Solana. This would cost billions of dollars on Ethereum. But you can see that people are deploying smart contracts more than ever. This graph, you can see how many smart contracts are being built on the internet computer and being deployed out. It's insane. But internet computer humming along at 5,250 transactions per second. Pretty cool to say the least. U.S. presidential candidate pushes crypto bill of rights. Proposal gains some support from the Cowdarno. Cowdarno, how about that? Maybe we should just start calling him the Cowdarno founder. Cardano founder Charles Hoskinson has signaled his approval of the crypto bill of rights proposed by Vivek Ramaswamy. And I totally butchered that. A former Republican candidate for president in the forthcoming U.S. presidential election. Crypto lawyer posting as Meta Lawman on X shared a summary. Okay, so we're going to get into this. Doing some due diligence this morning on positions in crypto. Vivek says under his administration, regulators will only enforce crypto policies explicitly adopted by Congress, which could be a good or a bad thing, right? It's going to be a lot harder to change their mind than it would be for us to change like one person or 5 people's minds like Gary Gensler. Most crypto assets should be classified as commodities. Everyone has the right. I got nothing wrong with this, okay? As long as they are classifying everything as commodities, in a lot of cases, the byproduct of having a governance token is that it is tradable, and that value of that governance token rises and lowers. It just is what it is. We had Tether responding fiercely, folks, to the United Nations money laundering accusations. Now, I would really like to see the UN start going after some of the largest banks in the world and start putting them on the spot for all the money laundering that's going on within their organizations. Tether denies the UN's claims about its USDT stablecoin being used for illegal activities. Really, when it comes to stablecoins, I'm going to tell you guys what stablecoins get used for the most. Perhaps this is going to shock you. It's for trading, okay? People opt out of a position and they go into USDC, USDT, whatever your favorite stablecoin is, okay? That is what it is mainly used for. USDC is great because you can send it like you would cash, without any strings attached that the banks put on you. So Tether does work with law enforcement agencies. They say this proves their commitment to stopping financial crime. So the UN has a lot of issues in itself, and really the UN should be taking a look at probably all the money laundering that's happening within their own organization. I guarantee you it is happening when they go ahead, distribute money, rations, equipment, supplies to people. Some of that stuff's probably getting laundered into and involved with illicit activity. How many of you guys saw this on X the other day? Massive transfer involving 25.6 billion XRP, almost half the total circulating supply transferred. And this was very interesting because I did a little follow-up on this, and hackers attempted to steal over 15 billion in XRP from Bitfinex. So tip of the hat to Bitfinex for realizing that somebody was trying to hack them for $15 billion. Imagine that hole. This was a failed partial attempt payment exploit. So basically, partial payments are meant to return payments cheaply, but can be misused. If a financial org thinks the full amount in the payment field is always received, the organization can be tricked into losing the money. So it's very big concern. Also, big shout out to Kenny Boy NYC in the house. One of the heavy hitters here of the ICP community. Go give him a follow. He told me about an article by Alex Sorois. I want to call him Alex Sorosis because he's damaging. And this guy's a very damaged man, for sure. But he did a nice little hit piece on the internet computer, and it's just funny to me to see such a bad article. There were 3 coins that we shouldn't touch with a 10-foot pole. And since December 22nd, we've seen ICP pretty much go nothing but up. Or this thing's up at least 200, 300% in the last 6 months. But this little short article, he lists Shiba Inu, Pepe, and then internet computer. Like he's lumping it in with some sort of shit coin or some sort of meme coin, which I thought it was funny. But there really isn't anything concrete that he wrote. The internet computer has lost a lot of value over its short life. The company received early investment from VCs, including Andreessen Horowitz. That was enough to set off frenzied speculation that hasn't panned out. Which makes this looks like something that ChatGPT wrote up. In the interim, investors have seen the value of internet computer continue to slide overall and intermittently spike. And those intermittent spikes have done nothing to quell its continued decline, folks. Oh my God. Look at this guy. I hate to say it, but this guy's a his head. He looks like a off to the charts in the markets. Okay, folks, we're seeing a lot of green momentum out there. We're seeing internet computer banging away at rank number 18. I'm sorry, folks. I'm sorry, but we're up there. Basically, here is another absolute degenerate play that I've been making. None of this is financial trading advice. I don't want you to ape into anything that I'm doing high. This is very high risk. So keep that in mind. I've been talking about Syncus now since this thing was at 0.0032. I think that's when I picked up my first bag. I've got a bag of this. This is an absolute complete Ponzi scheme. It has Ponzi tokenomics. Very interesting to say the least, but I am up right now. Let's see how far I'm up here. I am up. No, it's over 2x. Okay. So I'm up 110%. Oh, not bad, not bad. Up 110% on this one. I'm just going to hang on to it, folks. I made some money on the ride up, and now I'm just kind of playing with house money. But let's look at Bitcoin and see what's going on with Bitcoin here. When it comes down to it, Bitcoin, folks, is really tangling with some fibs right now. And really, this thing, we're going to switch over to a daily chart. And you can see that this thing ran all the way up to the 61.8 and is now dangling at this 50% level. Really, when it comes down to it, I do think that Bitcoin right now, you know, I wish we could see some more Elliott wave theory to the upside. I'm just not seeing it with Bitcoin. I've been seeing a lot of FUD about Bitcoin, but let's just look at the weekly. You know, when we look at this weekly, folks, in my opinion, this price action is too far away from the Ichimoku cloud. And I covered this in my live stream the other day as well. That's why you guys need to subscribe and hit that notification, because I drop live streams and we'll look at the charts. You know, my guess is we see Bitcoin kind of do one of these things and trade sideways to this 50 moving average on this weekly chart. And that might not happen. We might not see a bounce or, you know, this play out for another couple months. But I would like to see it maybe touch base like it did here. You know, price action at the time was too far. It moved sideways closer to this 50, and then it made its way up. So I am hoping that we see Bitcoin at least run up to 103,000 this time around. If not, 84.7 is the area that I would like to target. Of course, the old all-time highs is going to be interesting to see what happens there. Off to ICP. So right now, bear with me, I am tracking everything with GonFans on the internet computer. And you guys can see right now these GonFans are working out very well. Lots of instances and examples of price obeying these GonFan lines. So there's kind of something very interesting happening here. Basically, what we have going for ourselves is somewhat of a symmetrical triangle squeeze. And we know this because we can pretty much just draw this out on the charts. But what is also interesting here is that there may be an opportunity for Bitcoin to maybe jump up into this next GonFan level. But there is something that worries me. I might have just said Bitcoin, ICP, to jump up into this next level. I would love to see ICP run up to the $17-ish level, and I would love to see a little sideways trading and then make a break for that $22-ish region. That's the region I am targeting right now, but there is some concerns here that I do have. Luckily, in the last week or two, we have seen some of these concerns kind of go away. I was worried that we were going to see inverse cup and handle, which is always bad because then we'll see the price go shooting down. But there's still, in my own opinion, I'm just going to go ahead and clear everything. The one thing I am on lookout for is if we break like this trend line here. And folks, this is not what I want to happen. It's something that I am paying attention to at this point in time, because while this may look like an ascending triangle that is forming here, and it very well possibly could, we've got the highs stalling out in a very common area, and we're seeing these lows continue to get higher. But there is an issue, and this is hinging on news. And so if the markets turn real nasty, oh man, we're going to see on this 4-hour chart for ICP a death cross. And a death cross is when the 50 moving average drops like this. Basically, price dives like this and pulls the 50 through. Sometimes we will see a reversal when the 50 hits the 200. So that is one thing that I'm on the watch for. And really, if I start to see price action really violate this trend line here, I'm going to go live if I'm available to at the time. Another reason to subscribe and basically hit that notification bell. The other prospect I have, the one thing I do not like about this situation is that it's not a clean ascending triangle from here, meaning we don't have the price action running up to here, you know, something like this. This is very a sketchy freaking thing. But we are seeing, you know, maybe a little bit of an ascending triangle here. I'm hoping that we don't see this bottom fall off. I'm hoping. There's still a long way to go in this potential bear or bull market, folks. I mean, I got hit with a yawn. Oh my God. You know, we've got Bitcoin halving coming up. You know, things are headed in the right direction, obviously. But right now, we just really won't know until, like, I want to say January 22nd, by this Sunday. And I say that because when it comes down to it, that is kind of like the squeeze area, the squeeze zone. You guys can kind of see here. So Sunday, Monday the 22nd, Sunday the 21st, somewhere in there. We might know. I'm hoping that we see this thing launch, but it is what it is. It is what it is, folks. We'll just kind of have to play it by ear. I love you all. Thanks for tuning in. We'll see you on the next video. Peace.